This video is a review of the midpoint and distance formula. So the midpoint is the average. So if you're given 2 points, x1, y1, and x sub 2, y sub 2, the midpoint is the average of the x values and the average of the y values. x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, y sub 1 plus y sub 2 divided by 2. Okay, so to find the coordinates of the midpoint of the segment, we are going to average -2 plus 6 divided by 2, comma 2 plus 4 divided by 2. That's 4 divided by 2, 6 divided by 2, which is 2, comma 3. Then we have the point negative 11, 3, and 8, negative 7. Again, we're going to average it. So I'm finding the midpoint. Negative 11 plus 8 divided by 2, comma 3 plus negative 7 divided by 2, negative 3 divided by 2, negative 4 divided by 2, negative 3 divided by 2, comma negative 2. Okay, then we have 3, x plus 4 divided by 2, comma 2 plus negative 4 divided by 2. That's 2x plus 4 divided by 2, negative 2 divided by 2. Now, when you simplify the binomial, you divide each piece by 2. 2x divided by 2 gives you x, plus 4 divided by 2 is 2. Negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. So there are 3 examples of finding the midpoint given 2 points. Now we have the distance formula. Distance formula is d is equal to the square root of x2 minus x of 1 squared plus y2 minus y sub 1 squared. So d is equal to the square root of 2 minus a negative 4 squared plus negative 1 minus 2 squared. So d is equal to the square root of 6 squared plus negative 3 squared. So d is equal to the square root of 36 plus 9, which is 45. Again, if we rationalize it, d is equal to the square root of 9 times 5, or write it in radical form. So d is equal to 3 square roots of 5. And again, we can take our calculators and do 2 minus a negative 4 squared plus negative 1 minus 2 quantity squared, and then 3 square root of 5 squared. Calculator shows that we get 45 each time. Okay, number 5. D is equal to square root of negative 2 minus a negative 2 squared plus 4 minus a negative 3 squared. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. So it gives you 0 plus 49. D is the square root of 49. So D equals 7. So sometimes you'll have an answer that can be written in radical form. Sometimes you have a whole number. And then this one you want to find your y. So again, 3 x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared, square root. Okay, let me clean that up a little bit. Right a little bit lower. Okay, so we've got the square root of 3 minus 7 squared plus 3 minus y squared is equal to 5 squared. So that's negative 4 squared, so that's the square root of 16. Plus, do not FOIL that binomial out. Leave it as a quantity squared. That's equal to 2. Okay, that should just be equal to 5, not 5 squared. So let me correct myself. Equal to 5. And then what we want to do is we want to square both sides. So I'm going to, right here, square both sides. And the reason we're squaring both sides is to get rid of the square root. So we now have, we'll do the math right up here, 16 plus 3 minus y quantity squared equals 25. Subtract 16. 3 minus y squared is equal to 9. And we're going to do a square root of both sides. Notice you get plus or minus square root of 9. So we have 3 minus y is equal to positive 3. Or 3 minus y is equal to negative 3. So when you subtract, you get negative y equals 0. So this gives you y equals 0. Here, when you subtract, you get negative 6. Negative y equals negative 6. Y equals 6. And so those are the examples for midpoint and distance formulas.